Hi, good evening, our dear audience, and thank you for joining us today. It's another special edition of the Pro Unitate podcast. Unfortunately, my co-anchor is not here today. David, from me to you, I miss you not being on this show today, but I know that it's all good, it's all for good. And I know that the next edition you will be here. So thank you for joining us, dear Pro Unitate, friends of Pro Unitate, friends of Unity, actually. Thank you for joining us on this podcast, this special edition where we'll take you down to the US of A to discuss the upcoming plenary. As you know, the Pro Unitate podcast is a collaboration between the TNN, the New Nigeria, and the USOSA brand. What do we do here? We basically tell our stories, success stories. Yeah, a bit of challenges in between, but the stories that lead us from who we were, the young boy and the young girl that entered the Federal Unity College, to the person who takes charge at the boardroom. Is our success stories, is for us, by us, USOSANs. So welcome once again to this edition. I have a very special, interesting guest today, and I am Choma Anyway, USOSA Publicity Secretary, and I'm excited always to be here because the stories that what we are documenting with this podcast is actually things that our children will watch, children's children, for every child who is currently in Unity College will watch and be inspired that the person who once wore the uniform has become the boss in the boardroom. So it's an inspiring documentation that we do here. So thank you for listening and thank you for joining us today. My guest today is Chubi Nwagbara, all the way from King's College, Lagos, class of 1998. That is as far as I'm going to go. I always say, let's tell our stories ourselves. Let's introduce ourselves by ourselves. So, Chubi, over to you. Tell your USOSANs, tell our friends who you are, and what do you do? Let's start with that.
Oh, all right. As Publicity Secretary introduced, my name is Chubi Nwagbara at King's College, class of 1998. I currently live in the New York metro area, specifically Montclair, New Jersey. But for those who know, it's very close to New York City and it's considered the New York metro area. To answer your question directly, I am an entrepreneur. I have a lot of corporate experience, but as of today, I operate two companies that are both in the travel industry. One is a technology e-commerce solution, and the other one is a product manufacturer and supplier. We work with a lot of very big companies, a lot of household names, global brands like the Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, Carnival Cruises, Sandals Resorts, amongst others. So yeah, as of today, we are we've come a long way from King's College, let's just say. We're still very tethered, still very connected.
Thank you. You took that out from me. Come a long way from King's College. So let's go back to King's College. Tell me how the experience was for you, the 9-10-year-old that walked into King's College. Tell me about the experience before we get into how that experience has made you who Chubi is today.
Yes, thank you for that question. So this one is very interesting. I think a lot of USOSANs will probably say, oh, he's not a full USOSAN, and I'll tell you why in a second. I am a full USOSAN, but I'll tell you why in a second. In my family, I am the youngest of seven USOSANs, by the way. All my siblings are USOSANs. But I'm the only one who never went to boarding school. So fun fact. So that's why I made that comment. That's why.
Oh no!
I was a day student.
Once you entered that school, you were USOSAN. No.
I was a day student from JS1 to SS3. Of course, my siblings were jealous and they really wanted me to go to boarding school. So they were like, so I could suffer like them. But I think I managed to. I think what it was is like my parents made a deal with me that so long as I kept my grades up, then I never had to go to boarding school. I could always go from home. So see, I was incentivized. It was a win-win all around. I kept my grades
Oh,
up. I never went to boarding school.
okay. So you intentionally stayed there so that you don't go to boarding school.
Yes, I kept my grades
Is
up because they were
it-
like, if your grades start to fall, we're sending you to boarding school. And going to King's College, an all-boys school. I had a lot of friends that were boarders, a lot of course, even people in the USA USOSA community today that I went to school with that were in boarding school and boarding house, and I saw how they were suffering. So yes, I was very incentivized to to keep my grades up so I could remain a day student. Remain a day student. So yes.
So what even makes this conversation very interesting is the fact that this is the first time we're going to have a day student, a day Unity College graduate on this call. So it's really interesting. So we're going to get a different kind of experience from you. So share, as much as you didn't go to a boarding school, the experience is almost the same aside. Even though there's a boarding school flavor that you missed, though I must say, but share with us the experiences. There's one word that we've heard for everyone that has come on this podcast, on this show. So share, what are the things that, as much as you didn't board, that has what are the things that shaped you into the kind of do you think it affected the kind of course that you read, the kind of business, or how you even see life generally?
So this is a great question, and I'm very glad to be able to bring a unique perspective, right? I always hope to bring a unique perspective to whatever conversation I'm a part of. I actually think the reason I think this is very interesting is because, like most people from our times, right, we had very strict parents, but not going to boarding school, you would think, yes, did it make things a little different in terms of being punished by seniors? Yes, it did, but then I had to go home to my very tough parents, especially my father, every day, right? So that has its own dynamic, right? That has its own dynamic when I go home and he's like, let me see your homework, let me see your grades. So it was a little different in that way, but trust me, it was still very tough. It was still very tough. And I definitely, of course, a lot of us grew up in the era of spare the rod and spoil the child. So yep. I still got, dealt with in ways, just not from seniors in school. But as far as that experience and King's College in general, I would say that going to King's College, going to an all boys unity school, correct me if I'm wrong, is King's College the only all boys unity school?
No, recently there's Federal Government Boys College, Apple.
Okay.
Yes, there is one. Yeah.
Okay, that's great to know. Actually, I did not know that. Okay, thank you for that information. But I think one of the things that I would say going to King's College, even as a day student, first of all, anyone who's been to King's College campus knows just geographically, the boarding house is right there by the classes. So it's not as if boarding house is over there and classes are over there. So we interacted. I went to the rooms many times. I tried to avoid them as much as possible because if a senior catches you there, then of course, But I definitely had very good friends that I would go to their rooms. I wanted to see how they're living. I would spend time in their rooms, etc., etc. I think, of course, the only difference is 3 p.m. I get to go home and they go to the dorms. But I definitely spent a lot of time in the dorms. I got sort of the same thing, right? With seniors. Seniors still deal with juniors during class hours. It's not as if that is only left to after hours. Even during class hours.
Yes, it's only minimized.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But for me, something that I really loved about King's College and my experience at King's College is it taught us how to be competitive, but in a very friendly way. So I always talk a lot, even when I'm with other USOSANs, of the dynamic of all guys in a room, which a lot of USOSANs, I know a lot of USOSANs experienced all girls. But a lot of USOSANs don't
Yes.
have that experience of all guys. So it's always a unique perspective I'm bringing when we get very competitive early. School, athletics, debate, even with the girls, right? So and us KC boys, we had to travel to find the women. So we learn how to really work for what we want at an early age. It's not handed. It's not right there. It's not handed to you where you can just
Yeah.
So I think we learned some of these what I really consider life skills, where you're like, okay, I want something. It's not easy. It's not right there, but no problem. I'm going to go for it. So I think those are some unique things that I learned from King's College that really shaped who I become as a man.
So it's I was going to hold the word that everybody that comes on this podcast has always mentioned, but you took us right there. So it's something, the word resilience, and you just touched on it right now, that if you want something, that it's not going to just be handed over to you, and you have to work for it, stay there until you get it. So, dear USOSANs, the word resilience comes on board every time we have a guest on this podcast. So it is something to take away, and I'm glad that we're working on the USOSA documentary. It's something that we need to highlight for in that documentary for everyone that has come on this podcast. So,
if you don't mind, let me just add
before
one
I
thing.
jump into it, please go ahead.
If you don't mind, let me add one thing, right? And I think the thing that is also unique is resilience looks different sometimes, right?
Okay.
So I would assume a lot of USOSANs talk about the struggles of boarding school and the struggles of, and how they had to be resilient, how they had to be tough, how they had to deal with the punishments and all those things, right?
Even with grades.
Exactly, right? But resilience can look different. Resilience can be how do I find my way to Queen's College? How do I, but you still have to be resilient, because it's easy to just say, I'm just going to stay on campus, right? So the point I'm trying to make is resilience can look different, but it's still resilience, and us USOSANs all have.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm glad you added this, because especially for the guys, I think that the word started earlier for you people than the girls who were just sitting pretty.
That's right. That's
and waiting.
True. Probably too early, but it's okay. Early, but it's okay.
Okay. So do you play any form of sports?
Yes. I'm still very active. Till today, I play football, or as we call it in the US, soccer. I play multiple times a week when I can, which is almost every week. Again, I am blessed and self-employed, so to a certain degree, I can control my schedule and prioritize the things that are very important to me, and sports are very important to me. So I do CrossFit. So I'm part of a CrossFit. Again, just trying to stay strong. I play soccer all the time, football, and I play basketball occasionally. Fun fact.
So the reason why, okay, go ahead.
Fun fact. In my King's College class of 1998, this one is for the guys. They're going to say I'm bragging, but I'm just going to say it. I'm the only person in the school that was on the starting lineup for both football and basketball. Fun fact.
So that's the reason why I asked this question also, is to know if there is any of the sports that you were playing in school that you are still very good at.
Yes.
So that explains. So that's you're bragging. I must say. And it's left for your classmates to watch that.
Yes, they're going to say, we don't remember. Yes, they do. And that's a guy brag, right? Guys, I know the ladies don't care as much about that, but for the guys, it was just me in the whole school.
and the truth is, so the truth is, at the point where you were getting interested in these games, you didn't even know that a time would come where you would still continue playing them, because it's something that was shown to you as a child and you got good at it, and now you are still doing it. Now that takes me to mentorship. Any plans on giving back to King's College? I know that we always say that there's a joke around other USOSANs, especially my friends, like they are. Sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. You broke up for a little, but I can hear you.
Okay. So there's this joke that King's College people act like they didn't write WAEC. They are so pompous, they are arrogant, and all of that. That they don't. In fact, right now, even the old students association acts like they don't need help from anybody. But individualistically, I'm asking you: is there a plan to give back to that school?
Yeah, so absolutely. So I think so there's a plan to do more, but I can say already in the past, right? So when, I don't know how other unity schools are, but I know King's College is very set driven. We do a lot of things at the set level. So whenever my set is doing something, right? My set is like, okay, the class of 98 wants to do this thing for the school. Whenever they're doing anything for the school, I'm always involved, making sure I'm contributing to the efforts. I think, being on the USA leadership team for USOSA, I think I am definitely looking for more opportunities to give back to the school. I actually recently started a foundation. It's called the Nwagbara Family Foundation. And the Nwagbara Family Foundation is already giving back to, so I can talk a little bit about that if that's okay. The Nwagbara Family Foundation focuses on,
Sure, please, go ahead.
The Nwagbara Family Foundation is inspired by my parents and my father in particular, who came from, very poor means, was raised by his uncle, went through a lot, but was able to leave the village and create a life for his children that he envisioned. It was for my father, and I know a lot of Nigerians are like this, by the way, but for my father, it was a testament to what education can do for you. So the Nwagbara Family Foundation focuses on providing financial scholarships for elementary and secondary school students who are who do not have the means. So one of the things we definitely want to do is how can we then start maybe extending some of what we're doing to King's College students or to other Unity schools. But yes, we already are working with a bunch of kids and of course, making sure they're staying on top of the grades so they're able to maintain their scholarships. But yeah, I think this is part of a larger effort to give back, not only to King's College, but maybe Unity schools and give back in general.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's quite really impressive because we know what education has done. Well, it started from even your father and what he has done for even some of our classmates then who somehow, because of how subsidized education was, were able to get into school, and some of them are some of the highest flyers that we have today. So it is really key. I'm impressed by what you have just said. I would, on that note, take us back to the US. Now, if you're just joining, if you've just started watching, this is Pro Unitate broadcast brought to you with the collaboration of USOSA and the New Nigeria. Unfortunately, once again, my co-anchor is unable to join today, David Erabo. I have been speaking to Chubi Nwagbara, who is the secretary for USOSANs residents in the USA. And I started this podcast by saying something big is about to happen in the US. So Chubi, tell us about it.
Yes. From August 28th to August 30th, we have the 48th USOSA Plenary happening in Dallas, Texas. It's happening specifically at the Dallas Palms. And it is, first of all, we're very excited because it is the inaugural plenary in the US. As we know, the US has so many USOSANs. So we're excited to show, and we're starting off in the state of Texas. We're excited to show USOSANs from all over the world, what Dallas, Texas has to offer, what us USOSANs are doing here in the US. We want to put on a show of unity. We want to have as many great nostalgic moments as possible. And we really want to focus on building networks, stronger networks, not just with the USOSANs in the US, but also with the USOSANs in Nigeria. How can we continue to come together? How can we continue to come together as one big USOSA family and impact education at home? How can we do that? How can we support each other? How can we be brothers and sisters to each other, support each other, network with each other, help each other, and in turn, of course, also help our schools? So we're very excited. We have been working hard on this for a few months, and we're so ready to welcome all of you. In addition to that weekend, we're going to create an extended schedule for anyone who comes and wants to stay beyond the weekend. So we'll be making some recommendations, but it's going to be a beautiful time in Dallas.
Right. I'm sure a lot of us are looking forward to it. Let's talk about the theme, because this is the third time USOSA will be going out of the borders, outside the borders of Nigeria. To have the first time it was United Kingdom, then we went to Canada, and now we're in US. And this year's this is the 49th plenary, by the way, right?
48th.
48th.
Uyo might be 49th.
Good evening.
Yes, sorry. yeah. Uyo is 49th, US is the 48th plenary, and the theme is Beyond Borders, Advancing Education in Nigeria through Unity Schools alumni. I'm just curious about the speakers, about what to expect. Do we have like our keynote speakers? Can you just give us a peep into who we're expecting and maybe from what school?
Yes. Our keynote speaker, his name is Bola Awobamishe. Don't quote me on this, but I believe he's 1970. I think so. He's FGC Worry. And
73?
I believe
he's 73. Is it? The name I think is 73 cents.
Yes, he's extremely successful in the Minnesota area where he's based. He's built an extremely successful consulting company. And he has a lot to share. He's done a lot of business both in the US and in Nigeria. And he has a lot to share about the bridging of borders, right? How do we continue to drive change? What are the things that influenced him, starting from his time in a Unity school, coming to the US, and how he's gone back and is working in both places at the same time. So I think he's a prime example of just bridging borders and not just being maybe stuck only in the US or only in Nigeria. You know, he's making it come together. I think he'll have a lot of amazing things to say on our theme. So we're looking forward to hearing what he has to say. I was very excited to have him as our keynote speaker.
Oh, interesting. So where do people register to attend the plenary? I know that we at the publicity team, we're also doing a lot with the US team to ensure that everybody gets information, not just for people who are in the US, but for every platform, over 60 WhatsApp platforms that we have, social media platforms. We keep pushing the message out, because you might never know that cousin, that brother, that sister who's resident in the US, who has never heard that something is coming to the US. So let's talk about the registration and the cost implication.
Yes, let's talk about that. So we have a website, it's usosausa.org. So USOSA is registered as a nonprofit in the US, and it is officially registered, usosausa.org. And we have a very, very active WhatsApp group. A lot of things happen on the main WhatsApp group, and this WhatsApp group has its breakout channels. But the WhatsApp group is just USOSA USA. I think ideally we might be able to share a link to anyone that's watching. Something that we can do at the end of this. And as far as the cost implications, the ticket, so for this weekend, it's a full weekend. We have activities on Friday, we have activities on Saturday. The plenary is actually on Saturday and the gala is on Saturday. But we are going to do some tourist events in Dallas on Friday morning. Then we will officially do the registration on Friday afternoon. And in the evening on Friday, we'll do a meet and greet. So, and then Saturday, we'll start off with some healthy activity. We're gonna have a walk, but we're also gonna have stretching. Some people may call it yoga, but I'll just call it stretching. We're gonna have stretching and a walk, and then we go right into the plenary. Right after the plenary, we're going to have mixers. So 2 mixers. One is a business and networking mixer, and the other one is a singles mixer, because there are USOSANs trying to find like-minded partners. So we want to create a space for that. Actually, a lot of people are excited about that one. And so then right up, say what?
Unfortunately, I've left the group. I wish.
Me and you both. Me and you both. But there'll be a lot of networking happening. And then after that, there's a break. And then everyone comes back to the Dallas Palms for the gala. The gala starts at 6 p.m. and it goes till midnight. And I'm sure there will be after gala activities if people want to go to more parties or if people are just tired and want to rest. And then on Sunday, there is a brunch, USOSA brunch there in Dallas as well. So these I've listed are all essentially official activities. Now, like I mentioned earlier, there are going to be other activities around the weekend, which we will be sharing, all optional, right? Yeah. Which we will be sharing. If people want to do more things, we want to create that space for people to do more. And as far as the cost implication, for this entire weekend of things I've talked about, the meet and greets, the plenary, the gala, and the brunch on Sunday, it's $175 for each person. So I think this is extremely affordable. Well, let me rephrase that. I think this is good value for money. I think that's probably a better way to say it. It's good value for money as far as what you're going to get, because we are going to be feeding people at the meet and greet. There will be some small food at the plenary, but of course, then the gala is a big, a gala with food and, and all that. And as well, of course, at the brunch the following day. So in terms of value for money, we're very excited to be able to give this to people. And we also have agreements with a couple of hotels to give discounted rates to USOSANs. There's a Marriott there, and all this information will be made available. And there's also a Hilton, an Embassy Suites by Hilton. So we look forward to
great.
Yeah, we will share everything. We look forward to, and these places are beautiful. I personally flew down to Dallas last week to see everything. And I came out of there and I was like,
to see for yourself.
Everybody, come on. We're ready. Come on. So we're very excited.
Oh, okay, nice. I think that further information we'll keep sharing on the platforms for people who are interested or who have people who they need to pass it on to. Well, it's been a good evening hanging out with you. Just before we wrap up, 2 things. After the plenary, what next?
That's a great question.
Is everybody going to go back to their shells and say, okay, so we've had a plenary?
Not at all. Actually, we're actually very excited. So I think one thing that we really, really want to do is, USOSA Global, I will say, our roots are planted in USOSA Global, of course. And I'm talking about USOSA USA. Our roots are planted in USOSA Global. But I think one of the things we really want to do is when we lean into that theme of unity schools, we really want to say, what can we here in the US continue to do to not only give back, but to support them? So no going back into shells. We are going to continue to keep the momentum. We're going to continue to do, the current plan is to do bi-weekly meetings, town halls, where we are giving USOSANs an opportunity to share whatever it is they want to bring to us. We want to view ourselves as ground zero for anything you're doing. So if you are starting a business, we want to be the first customers. If you are looking for a job, we want you to be able to come into this community. And I want to give a shout out to, for sure, at least Canada, because my understanding is that
Yeah.
USOSANs in Canada are already doing things like this. So,
Oh,
they've
wow.
already also set a good blueprint for those of us in the diaspora, and they are our neighbors, of course. So we want to take that, we want to build on that. We want to be able to build strong communities. We say here in the US, the Jews, the Indians, these guys really support each other and they grow together as a group. We really want to do that. The rising tide raises all boats. So we really want to make sure that we're staying connected. We're keeping the cadence going. We're continuing to work with each other. We're continuing to meet each other. We're continuing to support each other. So going forward, we will be having those bi-weekly town halls. It might be every week, but for now we've said bi-weekly, and we will be doing things like trips together, right? So I anticipate, for example, in the winter, we will probably do a USOSA cruise or something like that, right? So we'll continue to keep that. Yes, Chama, you need to come on. You need to come on. You need to come on. I know. So we have very big plans to really, how can we build this up? How can we focus on unity and positivity? Anybody, if you have any negativity, if you have any division, divisiveness, please leave that at the door. Let's try to build a very strong USOSA in the USA. And we know that if we have a strong USOSA in the USA, we will in turn take that back home and really contribute in very strong ways to home base.
Yes, I'm really happy to hear that, because when the PG came on board, this was burning at his heart to ensure that whilst we're saying, oh, we are here in Nigeria, we should also get our people together in diaspora to benefit or to enjoy what we're enjoying, the brotherhood, the sisterhood that is happening amongst us. So I'm glad to hear that people will not pack their bags and say, okay, USOSA is over. What next? Since the plenary has come and gone. So it's good to hear. Just finally, because I thought about it, one of the things that we're also trying to build is a broader community, hence the alumni hub. I'm sure you've heard of it. And one of the things that PG, President Michael Magaji, has been trying to do is to bring all of us together. So I believe that David has reached out to you and would also like that platform during the plenary to talk to a lot of people about it, and so that they can get on board. Then we'll have a bigger community. The more we are there, the more we have access to ourselves and also benefit from each other. Just finally, before I leave you, Chubi, what do you have to say to the global presidents, the people who their schools have not registered? I'm sure some schools, you've not seen any member of their school registered. Every USOSAN, every school has one member somebody in the US. So what do you say to them?
Yes. We implore, we reach out, we yell, please, you have to get people from your schools registered. We need a minimum of 20 people per school. Let's start there. Let that be our target. If we fall short of the target, then we'll be very close. Please, there are a few schools, I'm not going to call them out, but please, global presidents, please, we need your support. We really need to get this going the right way. So we need a turnout. We have a huge opportunity to get people together. We actually have a special guest that's going to be there that everyone's going to be excited about that we haven't even mentioned yet. We're going to save that for now. We're going to save that for now. But yes, global presidents, please reach out to your team leads in the US, reach out to your network in the US, make sure your networks start to sign up. And that, again, USOSAUSA.org, $175. Please reach out. USOSAUSA.org@gmail.com if you have any questions. And we are here. We are here to answer any questions and make sure you guys show up for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chubi, Secretary, USOSANS resident in USA. It's been an honor having you on board this evening. To our dear audience, thank you for joining and thank you for always watching. There's always something to take home from every story that we bring here. Chubi has just told his story, and uniquely the first day students that we're having here. So is quite unique. So thank you. Please do not forget to our website, our YouTube channel will be scrolling on your screen, and of course, more information about the US will also be shared on the platform. Please like, share, subscribe, TNN, and you will see all the platforms will be on the screen. We hope to see you next edition. It's been a great time with Chubi. Thank you, everyone. And of course, we are always better together. From me, thank you, and bye-bye for now.